All right, how you doing today? So this is a trending story, and I'm kind of heartfelt from it. Okay, but I hope that this will be a lesson. Okay, to not just the guys or whatever. Okay, that I don't know that are love women. Okay, but also for these young ladies or whatever. Okay, considering your safety and welfare. All right, I'll tell you something, guys. You cannot get caught up in the flesh. Flesh is temporary. Okay, yes, you can love women, okay, or your woman, okay, but you cannot venerate these women. And some guys, I've been there. You think, yeah, because got it going on, you got your Mac game going, okay, then you keep a high up to a point to where you could end up meeting somebody that you make maybe you may make feel uncomfortable, and then maybe somebody going to try to tell on you or try to accuse you of something you didn't do. Now let's talk about Madison Brooks. Okay, she's a 19-year-old young lady. According to the reports, and I saw it on Willie G's channel, I saw a couple of the podcasts out there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The news articles. You can look at those articles yourself. That a couple of days ago, from the making of this podcast, okay, that they were in some type of bar, okay, right outside of the university, and this lady had met up with some guys, okay, and just so you'll know, there was an 18-year-old and 19-year-old, so there was underage people in that bar with serving alcohol, okay. We'll get back to that in a second. All right, so I don't know what was talked about, but there was footage, okay, and the police and prosecutors had said, look, there's footage out there that these guys had left, okay, and the girl that followed them across the street, okay, right as they were getting in the car. They got in the car. Next thing you know, that the girl was dropped off in the rain and was struck by a Uber or Lyft driver, and that was killed, okay. Allegedly, I say again, allegedly, this girl was raped in that car from two people. All right. So there was a 19 and a 17-year-old and a 28-year-old. Okay. And there were some other guys, I think, that they were accused, but at least three of them right now are in custody. Okay. Prosecutors, again, they're arguing that based on what I'm telling you about in the footage, that it wasn't a rape, and if it was, it may have been consensual. But however, according to the Louisiana state law, that if a woman is intoxicated, okay, I guess the consensuality, she cannot consent, okay. So let's just say if she consent and that happens anyway, okay, not only that she could get charged if the police found out, let's say she changed her mind, she could get charged and he can get charged, okay. So I guess that's why they probably said you can't, they made that law because of stuff like that. Somebody may get drunk or be on drugs, and then after that type of activity happens, okay, after they get it on or whatever you call it, then they could change their mind. All right, there's stories like that, okay, about, you hear about like athletes, all right, particularly like one in Georgia, like an all-American athlete, okay, got his career ruined over some BS. I made an article about a guy that played for the Vikings that got caught up for that, and then the girl lied. Okay, this guy ended up being suspended for and he got suspended anyway for 2 years. All right, let me take a breath here, okay? What I think is going on is, all right, I don't know. The guys, I think they need to have their families to work out a settlement. Number one, where's the rape kit? Nobody's talking about that rape kit, okay? So I'm thinking if they didn't bring up, okay, the rape kit, that tells me that probably didn't happen. Maybe like I'm thinking those guys are probably going to get some type of settlement. But you know what? I just think that those guys are under custody until they can probably, sort out who did what or actually what happened in that car. Okay. So that's the way it's going to be, y'all. If she complains about it, guys, if she, particularly law enforcement, you're in trouble. They're going to come after you. Okay. It seems like if a woman does a man like that, then it's not a big deal. Oh yeah, you're a big guy, you tough, walk away. Okay. Well, men have feelings too. All right. Real quick, I want to give you a story myself. Okay. This actually, a woman tried to do that a couple of times. Okay. I mean, I don't know. It's one thing maybe if you invited her over and you guys get to drinking and stuff like that and blase blase when you already had her over. But when I was at my Norfolk State homecoming just last year, I met a nice lady. She had a twin sister. All right, they were real popular twins at Norfolk State. There were deltas and all that, and she knew a guy that I played basketball with when I AAU. That lately, he had died. Okay, and they did a big in Suffolk, Virginia. Okay, where he played at Suffolk. Tony Lundy, if y'all know who he is. Okay, I told her I knew him, and she told me what happened, and we got to know each other. We was at the Sheridan. They had a sneaker reunion, and she was drunk. All right, and she invited me to come up, and I said no. I declined. I said, look, you know what? That's very nice, but I can't do that. I said, look, you know what? You had too much to drink and so forth, and look, you can contact me and we can have breakfast in the morning or whatever, okay, hang out. But I wouldn't do it because in my mind, I'm thinking I got too much going on this stake, okay? I have a couple of self-employed businesses. I got retirement. And I can't see just in case she changed her mind. So I told her girlfriends or her twin sister, I said, look, make sure that she gets home safe, okay? And if you run into a girl like that, okay, make sure that she gets home safe. Call her an Uber or, ladies, don't be going out by yourself or whatever, meeting these strange men drunk, okay? You're going to find yourself in a place where you're going to regret that, that you're at. And you can realize that you're already after the fact, okay? You end up coming up missing, okay? Stories like that everywhere, okay? So that's just a cautionary tale for the day, all right? And the laws are set up to where, again, I told you, for the women and children. For the women and children. And another thing, that bar, they need to be accountable for serving that girl and that 17-year-old, all right, in that group, alcohol, okay? And that a bartender can be charged for that. Not only they can be charged for serving a minor liquor, they can end up losing their liquor license. But if they were served somebody on top of that intoxicated liquor, then they could also lose their liquor license, okay? Or end up or get it suspended. All right, something to think about for you bartenders out there, okay? Some of you guys do stuff like slide these date rape drugs and these girls, and even I've had a couple of pills slid in my drink, okay? But I always made it back to the room or made it back home anyway. That was years ago, all right? So just a cautionary tale, all right? So let's see how this thing pans out. It's funny that they're not bringing up that rape kit. So that tells me that something stands out, okay? Well, let me know what you think about the video here. I got to go. I got some things to do. I got some family in town. And peace.